Leo, welcome. Take a deep breath. This is your moment. Let's start your reading by looking at the energies moving for you at this time, starting with this marvelous, deep, and magical oracle called the Tarot of Lunology. But before we start, Leo the first asks you to please concentrate on what you need and want to know. Focus, let's connect. Leo, there's something you want to know if it will happen. Right now, it's not the right moment. Wait, I'm feeling something. There's a question. Okay, this is separate. When this card appears, there's a small modification according to here and here. For Leo individuals or those who have been at the moment I mentioned, concentrate on what you want to know and are going through a worrying, unsettling time, whether about yourself or towards another person. Sometimes daily life isn't just about work, money, or love. There are moments when certain things happen that unsettle us and generate a lot of worry. Sometimes has to come suddenly because it can't be prolonged due to the problem or circumstance. Some Leo individuals have asked a very special, very specific question, and for this response, it has come out with the new moon in Cancer. Your loved ones, and you are safe. This is a direct message from your guides to you. If there's something you've wanted to know, here's your answer. But we didn't include this in the weekly reading because it's a direct message. Now let's move on. Within the spinal column, I'm told that for Leo, there will be a very positive economic aspect in these days where it will be necessary to put your confidence in yourself on display. If I trust myself, I act, ask, go back, call, send emails, whatever it takes. They talk about a new moon in your own sign, which speaks of confidence being the key to the success of your affairs. For this, you'll need to dare to take the first step. Dare. This card of the person orienting themselves. If I want to go there, I have to move towards it. If I want to go there, I have to move towards it. Now, there are different aspects to this cardinal moon. Yes, it's true that the first thing I see for you is a development, a good economic time. But here, there are also situations related to the emotional and sentimental parts. Not necessarily emotional is sentimental. I can get excited about a good job, a good salary, a good situation, a project, and those are my emotions. But sentimentally I could be better, or worse, or indifferent. What happens? I see that some of you are at a moment where you're dragging a decision that you know you have to make, but you're stalling. Leo, you're extending it. It's something you want deep down, but you're making a lot of justifications. Maybe out of bad habit, fear, or pressure. I don't know what's happening with that, what you're extending and what you know you have to do. Even though it might seem like it's starting, and I don't know when it will end, they tell you your goal. What are they telling you? You're about to reach your goal, and you'll say, but if what I want to do, for example, is study, something you want, and it will take a year. I'm giving you examples. If I'm about to reach my goal, but I still have a year to finish or even start it, what's the goal here? It's not about finishing it, it's about starting it. What are they telling you? Confidence is the key to success, and you're going to achieve it. Besides, it's something good enough for you, and two important things. It's good enough for you, and anything you do during this time will be fortunately lucky. When they talk about luck, it's on your side. With the new moon in Sagittarius, they say that anything you sequence, start, or propose, whether it's going to the office to ask for something you weren't given last week, or talking to your partner about going to a certain place, or trying to talk to someone to see if it's beneficial for you in any aspect, they're telling you that you'll be lucky. Even if it wasn't given to you last week or the next one, it will this time. That's why they're telling you to dare to take the first step, because luck is on your side. There are moments when you say, it seemed like a miracle, and yes, it seemed like a miracle, because it was a miracle, not just seemed. Here's a reflection where you have to consider if what you're going to do, what you're going to have luck with, is good for you. You might be overdoing it, making an effort for something that isn't good for you. Remember, with a full moon in Virgo, there are different things to consider. Virgo talks about maternity, prosperity, and the stability of a person to live both in a stable family and economically. It speaks of harmony, but also of prosperity. What does the full moon in Virgo mean for you? The best comes from this sign with this full moon. They're telling you that it's directly good enough for you. In other words, all the ideas you may be considering giving up, not wanting failure Leo, they're telling you it's not like that. Sometimes we have a little fear because things didn't go well before, or because we weren't understood, or because we're a little deflated after the fight. Within this spinal column, they tell you with your own sign, the new moon in Leo, confidence is the key to success, and luck will be on your side. And this is super important because the new moon in Taurus speaks of stability, especially economic stability. They tell you prosperity awaits you, but you might say, Paloma, just when it comes to economic matters, that's where I don't have problems. I ask you, is it necessary? I'm not asking if you have problems for prosperity to be better. Sometimes you can have very good economic prosperity, but prosperity lies in everything, not just economic, in health, emotional, social aspects, in everything. So, this prosperity, despite the new moon being in Taurus, which rules the economic aspect, sometimes you can have very good economic prosperity, but prosperity lies in everything, not just economic, in health, emotional, social aspects in everything. So, this prosperity, despite the new moon being in Taurus, which rules the economic aspect, includes Virgo and Sagittarius signs that are not only talking about material prosperity. Leo is in a time of good luck where prosperity awaits you in areas beyond just the economic, also emotionally, socially, and in any other aspect. Let's close here and remember this. We'll leave it here because I love that you're loved ones and you are safe. Now let's see what else there is. At the beginning when I asked you to think about something, I know some of you have asked a yes or no question like, will this happen or not? Should I continue with this or not? It's like this week, something will happen. That's what I've felt, a question with a very quick answer. The answer is fast, but necessarily. Leo, they tell me that for you, it's in 3. Wait, there's something that's going to change. Something related to perhaps the work environment, academic environment, family environment, or an idea among several people or a circumstance involving several people who have all been looking at each other but haven't reached an agreement. Everyone's interested in the same thing, but what's happening there where you're involved is going to change. This change will be strangely sudden, unplanned. I see that clans are forming, cousins with cousins, sisters with brothers. It's as if everyone is allied with each other, but disunited overall. There will be a conversation from an older, more powerful or hierarchical person, and if this is work it could be a boss. They will try to steer this situation so it doesn't drag on. This situation has been taking too long. If we translate it to something more mundane, we could say it's about people who have an inheritance, for example, degree. For instance, I have 5 siblings, and we all have a house. One wants to sell it, another doesn't, another wants to sell it for a certain price, another wants to keep it for their children. There will be someone trying to reconcile everyone's needs for the benefit of all. It's difficult, but this is something that has been dragging on for too long. Here you might have more than 2 people involved. If you tell me, no, this issue is with my brother Juan, for example, it's very likely that your brother Juan has a wife and aunt, or someone whispering in his ear to keep this issue unresolved. Listen, even though it's taking a long time, even though it's late, this will be resolved. There's something curious here. If this is related to work with a group of people you work with, a team, be careful because someone will want to blame you for mismanaging a task, something lost or something not done right, and you're not responsible. But this person will try to shift the blame onto you because, and here's the thing. Very confident and upright person, but sometimes the problem with Leos is that because they're so confident, they feel they need to help others and ensure others are cared for and protected. Sometimes, this intention backfires, because some people take advantage of it and end up harming you. I'm saying this about this situation. The person who will blame you or try to blame you could be someone very close or someone you least expect. What happens if you stand firm, don't get scared and say what you need to say? This blame game will crumble, and the blame will fall on the right person. Don't take responsibility for what's not yours. Let's stop here for this situation. What happens next? I see some of you will discuss emotional issues. How can I say this? This is something that repeats. I see someone coming into your life, but you already know them. Or you've had a relationship with this person before, and you're expecting them, or you've had a relationship, and it doesn't even cross your mind for them to return. What's happening? This person is coming back, and they've told you through clairvoyance or readings, because you have the intuition. This idea is no longer unfamiliar to you. This person is returning because something needs to be fixed, repaired, before you can be a couple again. That's another story, whether you'll get back together, but there's something that needs to be fixed, solved. You might say, yes, we got back together, we loved each other a lot, kisses here, kisses there. But there's something that needs to be fixed, solved. And it's beneficial for you. You won't do it, this person will. Within this person's return, which many of you want, there will be reconciliations with a lot of weight. Here too, there's a column. There's a return where Leo truly experiences prosperity. Some things will come out unexpectedly positive. I found this money on the floor, I got paid what I was owed, and I didn't even remember, I found this money in my coat pocket, etc. There are things that will start happening to you in this time that will make you say, I'm so lucky. Some will come by destiny. You'll solve something that has been causing you a lot of instability and insecurity in terms of romantic relationships. These will improve. There will be conversations that had to happen, and some difficult topics will be put on the table, not to overcome but to address, and each will have to take responsibility for their part. Some things for you too, Leo, but they'll be organized in such a way that there will be a tendency for the recovery of the couple. There will even be conversations like, let's go on a trip, let's escape for a moment, I invite you to such and such a place.